welcome to another edition of West Ham Fan TV's Friday Night Pint. It's Friday night. Go and get your drinks, go and put your feet up, and we'll be here for the next hour and a bit, talking all things West Ham and all things not West Ham. I'm Nicky Hawkins. I'm here with my usual hosts. Well, actually, I'm not here with my usual host because there's a couple missing. But Graham, how you doing, mate?
Yeah, not bad, thanks, mate. Not bad. You had a good week?
Don't see through the window. Yeah, I have actually. Yeah, it's been all right. Been not too bad. How about
Right.
you?
Yeah, not bad, mate. You know, bit busy with work this week, so all good.
And Ryan?
Yeah, I'm all right, mate. Yeah, decent week. It's nice to finish on a high, and looking forward to the weekend. Looking forward to a trip down to sunny Brighton on Sunday.
Well, to be honest with you, it's that time of the season where there ain't really much to talk about. You know, you've got these stupid transfer rumours. You've got these, well, I say stupid. I'm not going to call them stupid because they have to be spoken about. But there ain't a lot going on. Final week. There's all to play for. So maybe we'll delve a bit more into the Premier League itself rather than just West Ham tonight because, yeah, there is a lot to play for this weekend. But I hope everyone in the chat's doing well and you had a great week. Let us know what you've been doing all week and we'll read them out. Get involved in the chat tonight. We'll be reading out your comments as per usual. Then we'll go to the Ask Us Anything before we wrap up a bit later on tonight. But let's just get these stupid transfer rumours out of the way. It is that season. You can't really avoid it. I know, like, you know, when you get to this point in the season, you know, the window opens in the next couple of days, I believe. And, you know, inevitably when the window opens, you get the rumours around. Now, the first one that we can talk about is people reporting this is a done deal, and that's Areola. Areola's signed from PSG, apparently.
Which is fantastic.
Yeah, great news. I think that Moyes has identified him, and I think if he has signed and the rumours are true, I think he'll be our number one next season. I think Fabianski will be a great backup, but I think Fabianski this season, even though he's been great, he's shown signs that he is getting on a bit, and I think Areola's the perfect replacement. He hasn't let us down in any game this season, from what I can remember. So yeah, I'm looking forward to having him at West Ham on a permanent. If it is true, obviously Moyes is a big fan of him. He's not made no secret of that. So yeah, it'd be a great signing, and it's hopefully the first of many through the door this summer.
Yeah, I mean it's going to be good next season, and you know we've got two goalkeepers that you know both are number one. You know, we've got two goalkeepers good enough to be number one. It's not like one's the main man, the other one's the understudy. We've got two top class goalkeepers, so you know that'd be good for us. It'd be good for them as well because they'll push each other to better things. So yeah, it's great bit of news. I think that's the one we needed to get done.
One thing I liked about Areola this season is he's never kicked up a fuss. You know, he's just got on with it. There's a good union in the goalkeepers at West Ham at the moment, and they seem to get on really well. And when Fabianski's on the bench, he backs Areola, and vice versa. Areola backs Fabianski. So it's nice to see. And yeah, I think it's a great signing if we finally get it done. I think 11 million's a steal for a goalkeeper. He's 28. He could have another 4, 5, 6 years as number one at West Ham.
I mean, goalkeepers generally go on into their late 30s, don't they, if they manage to stay injury free? So you know, we could conceivably have him for another 9, 10 years. You know. If it all works out, you know.
Yeah, I think it just makes sense. He seems to have enjoyed himself here. He says there's unfinished business here. I think he's happy with the role he played in the Europa League. I think I've got an idea that this deal was done probably a little while back. To be quite honest, I don't think it's a revelation.
The thing is, Nick, when you think it wasn't like he was just playing the odd game here and there, he's probably played over 20 games this year. So he has had a lot of games. So which would have we had 12 in the Europa.
Did we really?
Yeah. And then we had 3 or 4 in the League Cup. Another 3 in the FA Cup. So yeah, he probably had close on to 20 games.
He started one Premier League game, didn't he? United away. I think that was the only game he started in the Premier League. So yeah, no, he's I think he'll be a great signing, and it's a good start to the transfer window.
Yeah, I back that, to be honest with you. We have got a lot to do in the transfer window. We've got loads to do in the transfer window, to be honest with you. And Moyes has been coming out today and saying we need to add to what we've got. And there are rumours that a couple of might go out. I think there's rumours that Diop might be going. Obviously, with people, I know Fredericks is meant to be signing for Fulham as well because he's getting released. Obviously, Yarmolenko's getting released. Noble's retiring. So there is some gaps to fill before. And I want to see them filled with quality rather than just going out and signing filler, because that's what we've done over the last few years. But I think Moyes has identified that we need to sign some quality. And the next rumour that's come about today, which is it's convenient, isn't it, after the Europa League final Wednesday night. Calvin Bassey from Rangers, who, I watched the Europa League final. I haven't seen too much of Rangers over that campaign, but he played and he was a fucking monster. To be quite honest with you, he was unbelievable.
Yeah, he played really well.
He's a bit of a unit, isn't he?
I watched the highlights back, and he looks solid. He's only 22 as well. I think, I don't know who released it today, but I think someone quoted X as saying that we're interested in him, so there might be some truth to it. With the thing is with Scottish football is you can probably pick him up on a real good bargain, money wise. So yeah, he won't look out of place in the Premier League.
20 million could get him. As low as £20 million.
Yeah, exactly. So he's he looks solid. He's, as I said, he's only 22. There's a lot of people saying that that he's a local lad from Newham. So, look, it won't be a bad addition to the squad. I'd like to see us add a bit more to the defence next season because we don't know what part of Bonner's going to play next season. We don't know how he's going to come back. Diop, I think, will go. But, I think, he looked decent. But, listen, stepping up to the Premier League's another level. So, it's a big jump, but it looks like he can settle in.
Where had he been at before? Was it Leicester he'd been at before?
Yeah, people saying he's a left back. I thought he was centre half, this kid.
Yeah, he's a left back and a centre. He's a bit like Johnson. I think he can play sort of anywhere. But yeah, he was at Leicester for a few years. So yeah, no, it's I can't really say about him because I haven't really seen much of him. I've only seen like the Europa League final. But as I said, he didn't look out of place in that game. So yeah. If Moyes identifies him, Moyes wants him, then bring him in.
Yeah.
There are rumours maybe bringing back blast from the past Reece Oxford. What do you think about that?
I mentioned that on the podcast the other day, and I said, look, he's a different person to what he was 5-6 years ago. He seems to have grown up a lot. He's getting a lot of rave reviews in Germany. So if that was a deal that could happen. I know there are a couple of Premier League clubs linked with him, but personally, I can't see him coming back. But I've been surprised before, and we've seen people come back before. So, yeah, I don't know. But he's getting a lot of good reviews out in Germany, and he seems to have got his head down and concentrated on football for a change instead of what's going in his bank each week.
Yeah, I mean, he's certainly get a good football and education in Germany. That's a tough league, so very competitive. I mean, I know Bayern Munich win it every year, but the rest of the teams are all sort of competitive, on a sort of level playing field. So he would have got a good football and education out there.
I don't know. I'm not a big fan of players coming back. It rarely works, does it? To be honest, like who can you tell me that's come back and has been a
Ginger Pele?
Yeah, that's one.
Tony Cottee.
Yeah, Tony Cottee did all right. Frank McAvenny.
Colton Cole. Julian Dix.
All right, I'm wrong then. There are examples.
No, but I think like youngsters, there's not many youngsters that have gone and come back, have they?
Someone just said was.
Someone just said there, Joey Cole.
I wouldn't call his second spell a success. He was all right. He wasn't
Yeah.
He didn't exactly pull up many trees, but yeah, no, they're right. Look, off the top of my head, I couldn't think of any examples. You give me loads of examples, so maybe I don't know. Maybe the only thing about Oxford is his attitude went very early on in his career. I've been told by sort of inside people that he'd become very big for his boots quite quickly after that Arsenal game, and his head wasn't really on the football. It was on.
It seems like he had the wrong people around him at the time, agents and that.
Yeah. I mean, it's not the first time.
I think Slaven Bilic made that perfectly clear when he said about Oxford that he had the wrong people around him. So if he's got a new team around him, and look, it might be one that happened, but there's loads. There's so many rumours. I've seen Callum Wilson, Ollie Watkins. It's just the same old. Like, I just want to get the season over. Let's worry about Sunday and then the transfer rumours. I'm sure we're going to get loads over the next few weeks and couple of months.
Apart from rumours, before we take some comments, apart from rumours, let's have like a wish list then about what you would like. So if you could sign, let's say we're looking for a player in every position, not left back and all that, but we're looking for a goalkeeper, defender, midfielder, and a striker. Who would you want to sign? Who would be your ideal? Like, don't go unrealistic. Don't be going, oh yeah, we'll nick Erling Haaland, because that's not going to happen. But realistically, with what's out there and what's available and what you think we can attract, what would your wish list be?
I mean, you've got to look at the free transfers that are coming up, like Tarkowski from Burnley. You've got Jesse Lingard. They're two players there that I'd love to see come to the football club. As striker-wise, if I was to look realistically of what money we've got, I'd like to see us go and get someone like Raul Jimenez from Wolves, if we could get him. I'm a big fan of Jimenez. But whether we'd be able to prize him away from Wolves, that's another story. It depends what money we've got. People are saying
we've got over £200 million.
Yeah, but
I'll tell you. Sorry, go on.
No, I was going to say that's why it's good to sometimes get in the free transfers, because then you can spend the big money on the strikers, and because you pay money for goal scorers. You know what I mean? So. People are saying there about Origi, but Origi's already agreed a deal to sign for AC Milan in the summer. So
I'll just see a comment, and I've said it a few times. Pukki from Norwich.
Now, see, I wouldn't want Pukki. I don't think he'll do it.
Mate, when I've watched him, when we've played him, his movement's really good. He just never gets the ball. I think if he's in a team where they get the ball, where he makes the runs and gets the ball, I think he'll put a few away.
I'm a good mover on a dance floor, but I'm not no Patrick Swayze, mate. You know what I mean?
If he's making the runs but not getting the ball, there's not a lot he can do. But I think if he's in a team, especially a team like us where we counter attack quickly and move it quickly in the final third, I think he'll get a few more goals than he has done for Norwich.
I just don't. I wouldn't fancy him. I'm not saying if we signed him, I wouldn't get behind him. Of course, I would, but I think there's better options out there.
We said maybe Rashford.
Yeah, Rashford.
Last week, didn't we?
Ollie Watkins. Will Villa part with him? And if you are, you're looking at about 50 million. I mean, in midfield, we've been linked with James Ward-Prowse, who I'd love, but I can't see that happening. Also, Calvin Phillips, who I think would be perfect for us. But that depends on Leeds' situation, whether they go down. There's loads of positions, there's loads of players out there that I think, I think our transfer window is going to come down to, I know we're in Europe, but if we finish 6th in the Europa League, I think that would attract better players, because people will look and see what we've done this season in the Europa League and think, I want to be a part of that. I want to be part of them big nights. So, look, it's going to be interesting, but we definitely, we all know we need to get one or at least 2 strikers in.
I think we've got 2, but I think you are right in the way that it all depends on the wages we're willing to spend as well, because we're gonna be offloading quite a bit of wage as well. Like, I would go with like free transfers wise. I think these are absolute sort of no-brainers. So you go for Lingard, which apparently with the Lingard thing is still apparently like he's still his preferred place to come back is here, and they're agreeing to sort of pay him what he was on at Man United, which I think it's a no-brainer, to be honest with you. I would go for Tarkowski, but apparently he's been telling everyone that he fancies the Newcastle deal, which is fine, you know, because if we're linked with someone else, I'm quite happy to do that. I haven't been as impressed with Tarkowski this year as I have in previous years. I think you go for someone like not Origi but Belotti. I think if you're in the Europa League,
people said Belotti on there.
Yeah, Belotti's on a free, and I think you could possibly attract him in. I think he's a no-brainer as well. Even if it don't work, it's a free transfer. But in terms of spending money, I would be obviously buying Areola. I would be buying that Bassi because I think left back wise, we're a bit stretched in that position. If he is a left back, and if he can play left back or centre half, even better. Midfield wise, I'd love us to go for Phillips. I would love us to go for Phillips.
All depends what happens Sunday, that one.
But I think, I'll be honest, I think Leeds are gone. That's my first thoughts. But, you know, weirder things have happened in football. I'd love us to go for Phillips, but I don't think we'll get Phillips until Rice leaves. I think that would be a replacement for Rice.
See, I don't think Phillips would come if Rice left. I think Rice is the attraction.
Yeah, but it all depends on what we do in building. I don't think Rice is going to leave this year, but I think he will leave next year. So I think that would be, you know, but then do you miss the boat in terms of Phillips? Because I don't see, if Leeds go down, I don't see him being at Leeds for another season. You know,
if Leeds go, what about Rapina? If Leeds go, would you take him?
All day long,
day
long. And I think the one up top, I would love to get is a player. I don't know whether many people watch him, but it's a player called Jonathan David. Plays in the French league.
Yeah, is that the Canadian striker?
Yeah, he's fantastic.
Yeah, so I know we was linked with him heavily in January, wasn't we? And it'd be a fantastic, something a bit different. You've also, a couple of people mentioned him there. You've got this Chelsea boy in your Broja, but I can't see him. I think if we did get him, it'd probably be a loan. I can't see them letting him go unless we offer him silly money. But Jonathan David would be something different. It could, a bit like the Haller situation, really, where it was the unknown. But hopefully he'll come in and add a bit more than what Haller did. He looks like he's a pacey player, got a bit of pace. So, yeah, he'd be a fantastic signing. Ivan Toney as well. I think we've been linked with him. I wouldn't mind him. I think he's done well for Brentford this season in first season in the Premier League. So there's a lot of choice out there. And the thing is, the attraction is going to be for us is how well we've done this season. And I think if things go our way on Sunday and we beat Brighton and United draw or lose and we finish sixth, to have 2 top 6 finishes back-to-back seasons with a Europa League campaign as well, I think it's fantastic. And it's been a brilliant season. And I know there's people saying that out there saying it ain't been a great season because we lost in Europe and that, but no, it's been a fantastic season. This is about building, being consistent, getting in Europe, getting used to them Thursday, Sundays every season.
It is important for us as fans. Like, we know we're a good side. We know we can be consistent now. It's very important that we don't sort of let the club off the hook, because if we do start, I'm not saying lowering our standards, but just saying, oh, this has been great, this has been fantastic, this has been good. And they think, oh, yeah, they've enjoyed this one. Keep what we've got and we'll have another one like this. And it doesn't work like that. You've got to be progressing every year. You know what I mean? As I say, Arsenal will be strengthening. Man United will be strengthening. Tottenham will be strengthening. Aston Villa will be strengthening. Newcastle will be strengthening. You stand still, you go backwards in this game. So, like, it is. I hope that the club do understand, but I have seen the facts that you normally have one good season and they turn it around. We didn't sign a lot in the summer or in January, so they need to pull their finger out. This needs to be a big window. Let's take some comments quickly before we move on. In terms of transfers, who would you like? Terence Crennan says Lingard and Origi. Origi's not coming. He's going to AC Milan. Ilanga, Kamada, Bassi, Watkins, Coletta Carr, dream signing, says Hammerman TV. Black Country Hammer, not Watkins for me. No, I'm not convinced with Watkins. I would have taken him for 20. I'm not going to take him for 50, in my opinion. Philip Dimacoli says Areola pretty much done. Lingard, Watkins, Calvin Phillips, maybe a stab in the dark for, say, Ruben Neves. Richard B says Milan are shit. Okay, fair enough. Even Tony says Alan Phillips. Yeah, it's a shout. Lingard only on a 2-year deal though. I think that's about right. Mr. Driscoll says Calvin Phillips. I wouldn't mind a punt on Liam Dillap from Man City Youth as a further striker backup. Gazaran says Gallagher Phillips. Josiah Green Moth says Rashford. Derek A talking about Pookie says does the runs for Norwich, doesn't get the service, scores goals. Eddie Nketiah, which is another one we've been quite heavily linked with. LTL says all right lads. Areola, Tarkowski, Lingard, Phillips, or Watkins or Tony. Terence Crane don't want Pookie. Matt Rainey says it'd be wicked if we sign Watkins, David, Jesse Godfrey, or Holgate. Areola extension for Fab for a year, maybe Rafinha. Steve Tyler says Jonathan David, lads. Is that how you pronounce it? I think it's David, to be quite honest with you. Pookie is 32, says correct. So get your thumb out your arse, man. Andrew Belotti for Torino is on a free would be great business. My wish, lads. Areola, Dest, Bassi, Botman, Phillips, and Ward-Prowse. Jonathan David, Lewis Potter can only dream. Jesus Christ Almighty. People might not agree, but I would really love to see Zaha. He is a strong striker and hard to play against. Oh, Zaha, I don't think he'll ever leave Crystal Palace. It's like the furniture there, to be quite honest with you. Let's get real. GSB are not going to spend big. Need a strong forward that can hold up but make better decisions than Antonio. Get Brozier to the bowl. I don't really agree with Brozier. I think he's fell off a lot since like the beginning of the season. He hasn't done a lot in the last few months, to be honest with you. Ollie PRJ says Bow on a free. Would you take Bow?
Yeah, just to wind Tottenham up, I would.
I don't think he'll ever come to us. And he's on like, you talk about ridiculous money, mate. Fuck me. That's ridiculous money. That man is a very, very wealthy man. I said I like Lingard because he came to us because Moisey said he needed to work for his spot. It wasn't quite guaranteed. Got a couple of super chats here. One doesn't say anything. It's just a $4.49 donation from Cowan 1969. Thank you very much for that. If you want to do so, if you attach a message to that, please attach a message and we'll read it out. Stevie Bell, big shout out to all you guys for the time. Hold on, let me find it. Where is it?
Yeah, it's on the screen.
There we go. Big shout out to all you guys for the time and effort you put into this fantastic channel. I think I can speak for the chat when I say Friday Night Pint saying we all look forward to. We've been doing it a couple of years now.
Thank you, stay very kind.
Yeah, I've been doing this for a couple of years now. It's
good.
Yeah, so I think that's it for the comments for the time being. Now, the Premier League, you don't get this often. Everton won last night. But you're going into the last day with literally everything to play for. Every European spot, Conference League spot, Champions League spot, title, relegation, they're all up for grabs. Are you looking forward to something? It's rare, isn't it? Yeah, when everything.
I can't remember a season where nothing's been decided.
Yeah, well, first and foremost, I think that game needs to be looked into last night because I think there was a bit of match fixing there. I mean, our Palace collapsed like that is dreadful. I wanted Everton to go down, but no, watching the game last night, fair play to Everton. They didn't give up, and 2-0 down at half time, they could have collapsed. But as I said, Palace looked like Premier League champions in the first half, and then second half they looked like fucking Norwich. But that's football. That's the passion of the game. That's why we love it. And moments like that happen. They stayed up by the skin of their teeth. I mean, Leeds go to Brentford on Sunday, and who else is it? Burnley play Newcastle at home. And I was thinking about this today. I mean, how mad would it be that Chris Wood scores the winner for Newcastle, sends Burnley down? You know, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think Burnley are good enough for the win. I think Leeds going to Brentford. Now, Brentford are a funny team because some weeks they look unbeatable, and then sometimes they turn up and they get played off the park. But I could see maybe Burnley winning and Leeds maybe scraping a draw or losing by the odd goal. So I think Leeds will drop. Yeah, I mean, the pitch invasions are embarrassing. I mean, what Vieira done last night was the perfect response. I mean, to be surrounded by all them people in your face. I mean, it's getting a bit of an habit now. We've seen it with a Swindon Port Vale game where the Swindon players got attacked. We see it the other day.
Players literally had to fight their way off the pitch. It was ridiculous.
We see it the other day when Billy Sharp got headbutted by a fan who's now in prison for 6 months. Not long enough, in my opinion. It's just disgraceful. And the only way you're going to hurt these fans is by deducting points off the teams. You know, I understand passion, but it's like the semi-finals of the playoffs when they all run on the pitch. You've only got the Wembley. You've got a lot to do at Wembley, yeah. Don't run on the pitch. Clap your players. Enjoy the moment. Because it's going to get to that point where they're going to have to start putting fences up around the pitch if it carries on. And that's a sad thing.
You don't want to go back to that.
These things are being highlighted more and more, these pitch invasions. And like, although a lot of it last night was in good spirits, and I'm not in the camp of, you know, you shouldn't celebrate these sort of things. You know, of course, like, you know, passion's overrun, and, you know, staying up in the manner of that, like that as well, you know, relief comes out and all that. And people saying, like, in here, look, invading the pitch for staying up, though, a bit embarrassing. A lot of our fans fucking invaded the pitch 10 years ago when we was beating Millwall. Like, you know, you can't pick and choose when it's embarrassing, when it's not, and all of that sort of thing. I don't mind a little bit of passion. I'm more annoyed about these fucking smoke flares, to be quite honest with you. But I'll get onto that a bit later. I don't think they're good at all. I think they look wank, to be quite honest with you. But you know, the problem is with, I think the problem is with the problem we've got now is that in the social media age, when everyone's got a fight, like I've seen hundreds of videos today, photos and all that. People running on the pitch. Having a proper celebration, and these people are going, right, well, that's a photo opportunity for me to have a go on the pitch. And then you've got other people with phones and saying, well, this is a chance for me, like, to put this shit on my TikTok, where I'm going to go to Patrick Vieira and stick my finger up in his face and all of this sort of thing. Like, you saw that in the what game was it? The Lyon game at home. You know, we were on the attack. And, you know, these people, like some of these people that run on these pitches at these times are so self-obsessed, and they think that's what, you know, and the way that the culture is at the minute, it's like, got to be edgy. You know what I mean? Like, that's what's entertaining. That's what goes viral. It's got to be edgy. Like, go up to Patrick Vieira and fucking stick your finger up in his face and abuse him. Go up to someone and fucking headbutt him. Go up to someone, interrupt the play. Like, we're getting into a dangerous area now, and you know, these trends, they keep on going, and they pick up momentum and all of that sort of thing. Soon you'll just have people running on the fucking pitch left, right, and centre, and they'll have no choice but to put fences back up again. You know,
the thing is, mate, it won't be long before I know people might think I'm going over the top, but someone could do some serious damage to one. I mean, that headbutt the other day to Billy Sharp. I mean, he only got like a split lip, but if that had hit him on the temple or something, that could have killed him. The speed that bloke was running, and he wasn't a little geezer. You know what I mean? He was quite a big lump, and the speed he was running at, and it caught him, Billy Sharp, off guard. I mean, that could have done serious. That could have given him brain damage or something like that. And all for what? All for what? This geezer now has just waited 24 years to see Nottingham Forest potentially back in the Premier League, and now he's going to be banned. He can't go no more. So who's the fucking idiot?
Yeah.
Well,
you know,
there's no fucking doubting that they're the idiots. I think anyone that does that sort of thing, like goes on the pitch for the, you know, the distinct purpose of going to wind up. I mean, Patrick Vieira, I don't mean to be rude and all that. Say what you want about Patrick Vieira. there's a lot of managers above him that that I would be attacking before I attack Patrick Vieira. Patrick Vieira's no mug, you know what I mean? And he showed that last time.
Do you know the thing is though, mate? Do you know what reminds me of all the he shouldn't be doing that, he shouldn't be reacting like that. I feel like going to how would you like it if someone come to your place of work and just started abusing you?
Listen, people saying he shouldn't react like that. He's a human being. People
Yeah.
are in your face, and you don't know what they're saying to him and things like that. And look, he's reacted. He's kicked the bloke, and hopefully he don't get no punishment, Vieira, because that'll the way the FA are, they'll probably punish him, and that bloke gets let off. But I don't know. I'm just not all for this pitch invasions. Like, Everton fans should have maybe clapped their players for staying up. I mean, it's embarrassing that they're down there anyway. They spent £500 million in the last few years. And I think Leeds and Burnley have written to the FA today to say about the financial fair play with Everton, because it's about 357 million or something like that, which nothing could probably happen. I mean, but it'd be imagine if now Everton. I mean, they run on the pitch. They got 7 minutes injury time last night. What if Palace would have equalised in that 7 minutes instead of having 3 minutes? They've now got 7. It's just stupid things. Like, as you said, we had the idiots at the Lyon game that nearly cost us the game. So I just don't agree with it. I just think it's stupid. Like, especially winning in the semi-final of the playoffs. Like, grow up. You know what I mean? You're going to Wembley. Enjoy that.
He ain't going to fucking Wembley. He's going to fucking Belmarsh. So
that's what I'm saying. He's just ruined it. He'll never be able to go and see Nottingham Forest play again.
No, he only got a 9-year banning order.
Yeah, but I thought he'd get a lifetime banning order, to be honest.
Well, that's it all, isn't it? We give a lifetime ban for someone lifting a corner flag up, and someone headbutts someone and gets fucking 9 years.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Arthur Marston says we can't take in water, but can take the flare. How does that work? Yeah, I agree, mate. Listen, these flares, they're not small things either. They're not flares. They're smoke bombs. Like when you look in Europe and they're controlled and all that, them flares, they look intimidating. These smoke bombs are fucking too bob, in my opinion. They don't do nothing apart from fucking choke everyone around you. They stink for a start. Someone let one off with when I was at, where was I? I think it might have been Leeds. When I went up to Leeds this year, someone let one off next to me. They stink. They block you from seeing everything for about 10 minutes. People say, it's intimidating. I think they're shit, them things. Honestly, I do.
Sean just said that it's a lifetime from Nottingham Forest, but total football ban for 9 years.
Oh, right, okay.
Oh, okay. So Nottingham Forest punished him.
Nottingham Forest give him a life ban, but football, so he can't enter any football stadium for 9 years. But yeah, I agree with it with the flares, and I think cup finals maybe. It looks better in Europe when the other nations do it. I think over here we just let too many off at once, and as you said, I mean, half of the Everton fans looked like Smurfs last night because all the blue smoke was going over them. So, as you said, mate, I don't know how they get them in. They either shove them up their arse or something like that.
I thought, what's what they do when they're searching people? Because, like someone said, you can't take a bottle of water in, but you can get a flare in. Do you know what I mean? It's ridiculous.
It's not even getting a bottle of water in. You can't even get a plastic lid in. They take the lid off your bottle of water, but yet you can walk in there with a flare, and it's ridiculous.
But then they don't search it properly. I had a bag that I took to West Ham every week, and they searched my bag every week. I had a fucking big screwdriver in there for ages. Could have done anything with that. Could have stabbed people and all that. They never once found that. Not once. It was massive, this thing. It was but yeah, it's not. I don't even think it's about the odd one or two's all right, but every other person seems to be having these. And you know what? One of the worst thing is, it was 2-0 down last night. Yeah, luckily they come back and won 3-2, but it was 2-0 down. It got it back to 2-1, and the geezer let one off. And I was thinking, if this goes 3 or 4-1, you're not going to look like a right cunt. Do you know what I mean? I just don't think they're. I don't think they're good. I like the flares, and when they're having them big, like in Frankfurt when they've got that big stand and they're all fucking jumping around and they've got them light shows and all that sort of thing. I like that sort of thing. I can't get behind some fucking soppy cunt standing there with a fucking what looks like a fucking distress signal when he's at sea. You know what I mean?
Nicky Hawkins, your language is disgusting.
Oh no, sorry, I do apologise.
Absolutely disgusting, Nicky Hawkins.
Go on, Ray, you take some comments, mate. If we've got anything on this one,
let's have a look.
Yeah, mind you, when the City game last week, when we were queuing up to get searched, bloke made me take my wallet, my phone out of my pocket, and everything.
where are you going here? Where'd you go here? Oh.
John saying, until stewarding is properly policed, pitch invasions will continue to happen on and off. Stewards, the majority of volunteers. That's the same thing, though. We look at the stewards at London. Most of them are kids, isn't they? So
I do agree with that. I think they need to get a bit more like. There's a fine balance here, isn't there? Because like you don't want people getting overzealous at football because it starts to ruin it. Like we've had some overzealous stewards at football when we moved into the London Stadium, and it made it fucking horrible, you know. But you need to get people, like real people, that are actually dedicated to actually stopping the people getting on the pitches. Like the ones at Tottenham were brilliant. You remember when them oil people tried to get on? But then, you know, when you talk about pitch invasions, and you got that, you remember I can't remember what club it was when they made the barriers and everyone was stretching out their arms, and the geezer just goes like wandering. He's on his phone. He's not even looking. Not even one person made an attempt. Like you've got to find people that, you know, really want to stop people from invading the pitch.
Yeah, no, I've just been flicking up some comments as you was talking there, mate. But Steve saying Vieira will probably get some sort of punishment. The fans that suffocated him will get away with it. Completely wrong. I agree. Like it's ridiculous, and he probably will get a punishment. David saying English fans don't really do the ultra thing. Yeah, it's true. We like when you go to these like well, we've been in Europe and we've seen Frankfurt and things like that. You know, they do it right, don't they? You know, over here we just seem to just let these flares off, and like they've got one end where they do it, but yeah, it's yeah, I can see that, like, especially I think there will be future checks now. It's just how they get them in. I don't know how they get them in. Some of them must have very loose arseholes, I'm telling you. Craig saying, nice to finally meet you lads at Man City. Although a quick photo made my day. Where are you filming Sunday? We'll just be outside the away end, mate. Just outside the away end. Hopefully we'll be talking about a win and being in Europa. Yeah,
I can't really. We can never really say at away games. It all depends on, you know, on how the fucking stewards are feeling that day. It all depends.
Yeah. Maybe we had it at Leicester this year, wasn't it? Every time we go there, we film in the same spot, and this year they moved us on.
Yeah.
Wouldn't let us anywhere near the ground.
And it was pissing down the rain, Gray. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it. That's it for section 2, flares and loose arseholes. That's the title of my new book.
Flares and arseholes.
But as for the title, mate, I think there will be twists and turns, but I think Man City are going to win it.
Yeah, I think they will.
I mean, Liverpool play Wolves. Wolves. I'll tell you what, Wolves have got quite a good record against the top sides this season, away from home. They've beat United. I think that they beat Spurs. I think they even they beat Chelsea away. So they're not going to be no mugs, and Liverpool are going to be, obviously, I think some of their players are going to have one eye on that Champions League final as well. So, yeah, I think City will win comfortably against Villa. They'll be champions. And then as for fourth place, I don't think it's going to be as easy as some Tottenham fans think, but I think they'll win at Norwich and they'll secure fourth place. I said it a few weeks ago. Whoever wins that North London derby is going to get top 4. And Arsenal have just faded away. They lost to Tottenham and Newcastle in the space of a week, and that's it. Yeah. I mean, there was a few rumours come out today that there was a dodgy lasagna gate again because Harry Kane has got a bit of an upset tummy. But yeah, it's just adds to the drama of the Premier League, and it's why we love it.
Yeah, I think it's only Harry Kane that, from what I was reading, it's only Harry Kane that's been ill. Like the way it was being reported, it was like they had an outbreak like they did when we played them.
Well, Gary Lineker was the one that actually went on Twitter and said that he's heard the rumours that there was about 4 or 5 players that have come down with it. But you know what Gary Lineker's like; he likes to stir it up a little bit. So,
well, you never know though. They might be trying to keep it under wraps.
Mate, after watching Norwich last week, I think Tottenham could put their ladies' side out and beat Norwich. They're a poor outfit, Norwich, and that's why they're getting relegated, and that's why they're cemented to the bottom.
Mm. But the thing is, they'll probably be too good. They'll probably come up again next year.
That's
but
what I'm saying. Them and falling past each other and the escalators. One goes up, one goes down.
But as a fan, it can't be, because you can't really get excited about promotion, because you know the following season's just going to be a pile of shit again.
Yeah. With them two, I obviously I don't like Tottenham fans. You know I don't like Tottenham fans. But the way that them Arsenal fans go on at times, mate, and I know a few, they don't want they think they've got a good given right to be in that top 4. Now they've been way off it for the last few years, right? But they really fucked me off last week, the way they was going on, that we like it was sort of the attitude is, how dare you play a competitive team against us when we're trying to get top 4, you know what I mean? Like, they beat us. Yeah, they beat us. We made 5 changes. But they was pissed off that we dared compete with them. And that's what, like, on top of everything, you know, you got the banter with Tottenham and all that. That really pissed me off, because a lot of them were serious about it as well. Like, no, they're not. I'm not going to go in and say they're proper fans, but they really was whinging that they had to compete, which proper pissed me off. And I know this is going to be unpopular. I'm fucking glad that they fucked it up, to be honest with you. It serves them right for being a bunch of fucking whinging pricks, to be honest.
Well, it was in their
hands. I'm
not
a fan of Arteta.
They were 4 points clear, weren't they? And it was in their hands. And look, even if they lost the North London derby, they still had Newcastle, and then they got spanked at Newcastle. So it's their own fault. And the thing is, I've always said about Tottenham is that when you've got players like Kane and Son on the pitch, you're going to win games. You're going to score goals. So it just comes down to that Tottenham had the better players. You know, they went out of Europe early. They went out, when was it? Around November time, wasn't it? Or something like that. So they've hardly had any European games this season, nor have Arsenal. But Arsenal got a good run. But then they've just, the last few games they've fell off. I mean, North London derby's really affected them, you know, and they've got Leeds. They've got Everton on the last game, and it's lucky that Everton ain't got anything to play for now, because Everton will have gone there, and you know, Arsenal are probably the team you want to play at the moment. Not for us, we can't even beat Arsenal when they're proper dog shit, but for any other team, Arsenal's probably one of the teams you want to play at the moment. If you was going into a relegation battle and you was playing Arsenal, you'd be confident of getting the result.
Yeah.
I just like seeing Arteta look like he's about to cry every time they lose. I can't stand him.
Well, the funny thing is that this year they've recorded the documentary, innit? All or Nothing with Arsenal. So that's going to be a right laugh watching that next season when they release it.
Yeah, I agree, JT. Spurs fans are just as cringy and delusional. They are, but there's something about the Arsenal fans. It's not so much that they try to argue with you. They try to look down on you, you know. And when and they sort of like, they've been absolutely fucking awful for a good few years now. And they look at us like, who are you? Like, who are you? And like they you know, they thought they was into. Let's be fair. The only reason they're still in the top 4 race after everyone is because everyone's fucked up. You know, there's not one team up there that have been like really consistent. You know, there's not.
The thing is as well, I said it on the podcast, mate, and I still stand by this. If we wouldn't have had Europe this season, we'd have got top 4. We'd have played one game. I think if we'd have got one game each week, we'd have been top 4, because I think that we've got better team than Arsenal and Spurs. And I'm not saying Spurs have got world-class players, but I just think as a team, I think we're better. And I think it's only the distraction of Europe that we've had and the lack of signings in January that's cost us getting that top 4.
And I remember an Arsenal fan TV interview with this Asian fella. And they just beat Brentford 2-1. And he's going on about, we'll be playing in the Champions League, and all these teams in London now won't be playing in the Champions League. It'll be us and Chelsea, blah, blah, blah. We've got the best young team in the world. fuck me. So, some of the ways they talk about fucking Saka, I don't mean to be rude, but Saka is a good player, but they put him on too much of a pedestal. Too much of a pedestal. Like, he's been nowhere near Bowen this year. Not even in the same conversation. And yet, you know, they're all whinging that Bowen's been nominated for the team of the year and he hasn't, which is, it just sums them up for me, I just think. But no, I think Tottenham get top 4 as well. Unfortunately, they can't both fucking lose it. But if I had to pick one at the moment, it would be Tottenham. And I just think they're going to get it anyway. They're a better team. They're a better consistent team than Arsenal. Look, Arsenal have got a good side. And I've got slated because they have taken 6 points off us and they have finished above us. But let's be honest, if they finish 5th and we finish 6th, it ain't a fucking million miles away, is it? I still think we've got a better team than Arsenal. I really do. So, yeah.
I mean, another thing we can speak about quickly is obviously the Europa team of the tournament got released today, and we had 2 in there, Dawson and Declan Rice, and rightly so. I mean, it's mad. It's mad. Like when we spoke about Dawson when we first signed him, if we'd have said, "Oh yeah, in 2 years' time he's going to be in the team of the Europa League," you would never have believed it. But it's a credit to him, and Declan Rice was always going to be in there. I'm surprised. Might have been a shout for Jared Bowen as well. But there was a lot of, when you look at that team, there was a lot of talent in there. And Bowen's had a great season. I think Declan Rice is in the running for Player of the Year, Premier League Player of the Year as well, that got released today. Surprised, once again, I'm surprised Jared Bowen wasn't mentioned in it because he's been one of the top scorers and assists in the Premier League this season. So, and there's a lot of people in the comments saying about Bowen for England. And
I was just going to say,
if Gareth Southgate don't pick him, then he's missed a trick. Because I think Jared Bowen offers you so much. He offers you something now that England haven't got. England have got so many similar players in similar positions. Jared Bowen will work his socks off for that England shirt, and I think he'd be mad not to pick him.
I'll tell you what. I mean, just before we go on, right? Go onto our Twitter right now. Declan Rice has been nominated for the PFA Team of the Year. Go and vote for him. Get on Twitter and vote for Declan Rice. If you do anything today, go and vote for him because I'd love one of our players to win like that.
I think he'll be in it. I think he'll be in it.
No, but he's got a chance to win the Fans Player of the Year.
I thought you meant vote for him to be in the Team of the Year.
No, I think he'll be in the team. I think he'll be in the team. But you can vote for him to be the Fans Player of the Year. Go and fucking vote for him. You know, go and vote for him. But yeah, in terms of that Europa League one, I can understand why Bowen wasn't. He missed a couple of games, didn't he? Bowen through injury, I think. But Dawson, what a story for Craig Dawson. And there are rumours that he may want to go back up north. I hope he don't. I don't think they're true, by the way. I don't think they're true at all. I think he'll stay with us for at least another year. But what a story, him, you know, and well deserved. I think he got. How many goals did they say he got in the Europa League? Did they say he got 4?
3 or 4?
I can remember 3. I think he got. It might be 4. I'm not sure.
But, I think it was. I think it was 4.
He's been a credit to the football club, and it's a great story for him as well. For someone that couldn't even get in Watford's team in the Championship to come into West Ham as a backup that wasn't expected to play, got chucked in at the deep end, and now he's won the. As I said the other week, I said, like, when Zuma was out, I was more concerned if Dawson would have been out at the time because Dawson's been a credit. And whoever's played alongside Dawson, even when Diop stepped in, he's made them a better player. So he's been great. He's been great for West Ham. And whatever happens with him now, I think he'll always be remembered as a fan's favourite.
Yeah, Cole.
Yeah, I think it'll be like Ginger Pele. It'll be remembered like Ginger Pele is.
I think. So. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Well, Ginger Pele gives a lot of years, though. I would say that.
Yeah, no. Dawson's been a credit, and yeah, fair play to David Moyes for bringing him in because he was probably the only manager out there that would have given him the chance. So
2 million, very well spent indeed, I think.
Talking about the Europa League, there's been a few of these in here today, and people still haven't forgiven him. But people talking about Aaron Cresswell, and the decision he made in obviously in Frankfurt, and people saying that they've sort of given up on him because he hasn't issued an apology. Does he have to apologise?
Look, the way I see it, we win together, we lose together. He's made a mistake. Footballers make mistakes. People want him to come out and release a statement and that. Look, the statement he's done for me was playing against Norwich when he could have cowered away, but he carried on and he had a great game against Norwich. And look, yes, he made a mistake. He made a mistake against Leon as well. But when you're in that moment, that split second, you think to yourself, right, I've either got to bring him down and hope I don't get a red, or he goes through and scores. He's made the wrong decision. And I don't think that's cost us getting into the final. I really don't.
Players do not go out. They don't intentionally make mistakes. All players make, the best in the world make mistakes. Messi will make mistakes. Ronaldo make, it's, I mean, what do? You start getting players to apologise for missing penalties and shootouts, and they don't deliberately.
He's been a great servant for West Ham.
Up.
He's been there a long time.
And he's given us a lot of good years.
Yeah, he's been consistent. And look, he's made a huge mistake, but as I said, him playing against Norwich proved everything for me, that he's not one that's going to shy away. He could have said to David Moyes, don't play me, I'm not in the right frame of mind, but he got on the pitch and he had a great game against Norwich. I think he had a great game against City as well. So look, it's football, we move on.
No, he does not need to apologise. If that's how we're getting as a fan base, then fucking get me out. Wanting him to apologise for a mistake. Look, he hasn't gone out and clumped someone. You know what I mean? He hasn't gone out and fucking taken the bait where someone said something to him and smacked him on the chin and got sent off. He's got sent off going for the ball. He was the last man. 2 centre backs that went completely fucking missing, and he got caught underneath the ball. Like the same with Leon as well. He done it. Like, do you honestly think, because let's be honest, even if we'd have gone through, do you think he would get sent off? And obviously he's not going to do it on purpose, but you think he want to get sent off? He would miss the final. It makes no fucking sense to.
No, you can't.
Does he want to apologize? As I said before, if it was something stupid where someone was in his ear and he chucked up an elbow, or he fucking booted someone, or he fucking went over the top of the ball on purpose to hurt someone, then get out there and apologise to your teammates. Get out there and to apologise to a fan. You can't be asking people to apologise when they've gone for the ball. No, you can't, because people are fucking half guessing fucking going for the ball, wouldn't they? Fucking ridiculous the amount of
when you look at it, he's made a mistake at work.
He's from fucking some of our own fucking crew on his fucking channel as well, which I think is fucking ridiculous, to be quite honest with you. Listen, we've all got our opinions, and I enjoy opinion and all that, but sometimes your opinion, you've got to fucking think it's wrong. Why the fuck should he apologise? Like Dan was saying, he should never play for us again. That's bullshit.
I think Dan's comments were sort of in the heat of the moment, a few beverages and heat of the moment. Look, we've all got opinions when things like that happen. We can go back to the World Cup in '98 when Beckham got sent off, and fuck me, that geezer got crucified for months after that. But I don't remember him coming out and making a statement on the plane or that. He just gets on with it, and that's what football players do. You have to get on, and just the next game you can make up for it. And as I said, look, Creswell's been a great servant for West Ham. And, the players make mistakes. People in life make mistakes. Everyone here's made mistakes. Everyone in the comments probably made mistakes. You don't have to go out and release a statement, and you just get on with life.
If we all had to apologise every time we make... Look, at the end of the day, you break it down, he made a mistake at work. We've all made mistakes at work, haven't we?
Look, but
you don't go around having to apologise to everyone because you made a mistake.
This guy, Billy Herring, I think he's a bit of a troll, to be honest with you. But Criswell is shit, end of. Well, no, actually, Billy, it's not end of, because you have your opinion and I have my opinion. And
listen, if Billy thinks that Creswell's shit, that's his opinion. I mean, I don't think Creswell's shit. But we've all got opinions on players at the end of the day. I mean, I know people that rave about Masuaku. I don't see that. I'm not a big fan of Masuaku, and I don't hide that. But if people like him, people like him.
Yeah, that's it. Let's go ask us anything. I think.
Okay. They want to talk about the game at the weekend?
Yeah, we definitely will while we're waiting for the questions. But let's go ask us anything. The big game weekend. Now, there is still something to play for. There is a Europa League place. And God's honest truth, I would do anything to get back into the Europa League. I'm not going to be disappointed with Conference League because I think that might suit us a little bit better. And it's still consistent European football season after season. But I would really like to get back in that Europa League.
Mm.
Yeah, I'd love the Europa League again. I've enjoyed it this season, obviously, because we've done really well in it. But I wouldn't turn my nose up with the Conference League. I don't think anyone can. There's some good teams. Look at the final this year. Roma versus Feyenoord, two giants of European football. So it's a good competition to be in. I think the Conference Trophy is actually better looking than the Europa League trophy. So I'd probably say that. But no,
I was having a look at some of the teams that are could potentially be in it next year. I mean, you've got like Vitesse Arnhem. I think there's Fiorentina or Atalanta could be in it. I think Cologne.
Yeah, I think
there's some strong sides that could be in there.
That's why they made this Conference League to add, because there are big clubs that obviously miss out on Europa League. So to make another European competition, I mean, you look at the standard of sides in there this year. Like take away the team that in the first round and second round, but as it got later on, Leicester had a good run in it. They got knocked out to Roma. So it's a good competition, but I'm hoping that things go away on Sunday. I'm hoping that we can end the Brighton curse because we haven't beat them since 2012 in the Championship.
Got to break the record sometime.
I mean, speaking of the Championship, I can't believe it's been 10 years since that playoff final. I've been watching all videos back. The great memories. I remember that day it flashed up on my Facebook memories today. My mate that I was there with took a video of the last minute of the game, and just to see that reaction when that final whistle went, it was brilliant. And I remember I missed the Colton Cole goal because I was having a piss, and I remember I was in the toilet and there was all like loads of blokes in there, same as me, all drunk too much during the day, so it caught up with them. And then we heard a little cheer, and then some bloke. I remember this bloke just walked in. He went fucking 1-0 Blackpool, and he went, only joking, Colton Cole, and everyone was jumping on pitch, going everywhere. It was mental, but yeah, it was a great memory, great day. And
Good job you weren't in the cars when Vaz Tay put it away then.
Yeah, I can't believe it's been 10 years since that day. And I know Big Sam gets a lot of stick through his Premier League era with us, but if it wasn't for him, we probably wouldn't be where we are today because he got us back up.
And he consolidated us as well.
Yeah.
But I was thinking about it the other day actually, like 'cause it popped up on YouTube on recommended, and it had the playoff. I couldn't believe it was 10 years ago.
I was sitting
it's mad,
and I didn't even put the fucking camera back on.
Yeah, no, it's mad. It's been 10 years, but great memories.
I see someone the other day, one of these online accounts, saying that Allardyce was our worst ever manager. Did they not go and watch Abraham Grant? Fucking hell!
I think Big Sam gets a lot of stick for his, style of play. But listen, he got us in the Premier League. We should have got automatic promotion that season, but we didn't. We went up through the playoffs, which was a great day out at Wembley. We all remember it. And then he got us steady in the Premier League. So I've got no problems with Big Sam. It wasn't great to watch most of the time, but it's a results business. It's a results business.
I see a comment there, but I forgot all about this, to be honest with you. What do you think of the new shirt, lads? I like it, but it reminds me of Burnley.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's you get to this stage of the season now where you get all these kits, and we've all seen the one that went around the other day. I actually don't mind it. I mean, it's one of them ones I'm going to wait to see what it looks like on the players. I had the same with this season's shirt. You remember when we had that dodgy picture last year and everyone was like, nah, shit. But when it was on the players and it got released proper, I actually think this season's shirt's really nice. So if it is the design they've gone for, then it's got to have white shorts, white socks, because I think that'll look quite smart.
Yeah,
Quite a smart kit.
yeah. A little nod to the '93 shirt,
which a lot of people hated.
I actually quite like that one.
Yeah, some people
I
said
think I'm in the minority. Yeah.
When I look at the kits over the years, though, when I look at that one as well, I've got to say I don't think it's bad by any stretch of the imagination. It's not the worst one we've ever had. I'm not a massive fan of it, but I said that about this year's one before I see it in person. So I'll wait to reserve judgment because I seem to do it every year, say it's a load of fucking shite, whatever. But in terms of, I think these companies are getting a bit lazy.
Yeah, they just keep going back to past shirts.
Referring back to past ones and sort of basing their designs on that. If you're going to base a design on anything, like as far as I remember, yeah, and I might be wrong, but Graham, you might be able to correct me because you're probably that '93 shirt wasn't exactly well received. It was people saying there's need more claret in it and need more blue on it and all of that sort of thing. It wasn't well received. So why they would base a shirt on something that wasn't exactly loved in the first place, I don't know. As I say, it just seems to me like they're running out of fucking ideas.
I mean, they did it the other year, didn't they? They had the home kit was a nod to the '75 one, and the away one was a nod to the 1980 shirt. Just do an original design. Like you say, it's lazy. It's lazy pulling up old designs.
Some people like the retro look, don't they? I mean, that's one thing I'll give Umbro credit for. I mean, we could have Nike and just have basic like everyone else. Every team that's made by Nike has got the same shirt, just different colour.
Some of them Nike designs, man, you look at them Tottenham kits, they're fucking atrocious.
Yeah. I actually don't mind Umbro. I think Umbro have done us proud, like with their home kits over the last few years.
I always like when we've had Adidas stuff. I've always liked the Adidas ones.
Yeah, I think we need to just give it a chance and see what it looks like when it's released, and then when it's out proper, you can sort of judge it then. But
I mean, I quite like it. I'll be honest. I quite like it.
From what I've seen, the design I've seen, I mean, someone put a picture up the other day with sort of like mocked it with Declan Rice wearing it, and I thought it looked quite smart, to be fair.
Yeah, I'm not too sure, but as I say, I'll wait. Sometimes they grow on me as well. But look, in terms of what you said, Graham, now about being lazy, I don't think it's lazy because I think that white one that we had, that all white strip, was one of the best strips I think we've ever had. To be quite honest, I love that strip.
I think the black and gold one we had last season was beautiful as well. Something different as well. Never seen West Ham with a black kit and gold. So
yeah, it's just when it's always a nod to this or a nod to that. It's maybe try something a little bit original.
Yeah, but I don't think you can design a West Ham home shirt because it's traditionally claret with blue sleeves.
Yeah, but we've got. I mean, it's not like we're like Newcastle or Sunderland or Sheffield Wednesday where it's stripes. You know what you're going to get year after year. You could have a little bit of leeway with our ones.
Yeah, but we done it the other year.
As long as you've got the colours, I think you can have a little bit of leeway with it.
We done it the other year where we didn't have when we had claret sleeves and people hated it.
I think I do think there are liberties, not liberties, but there are things you can do to differentiate them. Like look at Man City's kit this year. Move the badge around. Put a different collar on it and all of that sort of thing. But it seems to me over the last 5-6 years, it's always been a nod back to an old kit, which I think is lazy, in my opinion. Like I think it's lazy. Like you had that one where sort of Arnautovic was here, and it was that nod to the 75, and then you had the one with a blue across the, every single kit seems to be a nod to this, nod to that. It just seems like they're running out of ideas, and they're just churn these out until our contract ends, man. Just churn them out. Yeah,
but then if West Ham if Umbro done a kit like they did with a Tottenham shirt, everyone would fucking go mad.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Afan says badges in the middle. Just no, I don't agree with that, mate.
I don't like badges in the middle.
No, I don't mind them at all. I don't mind them at
all. I don't know. It's. I mean, I saw the City one for next season. It's got the badge in the middle. Looks quite smart. I don't think it would because we've never had I don't think we've ever had the badge in the middle ever.
Yeah, we have.
So it wouldn't.
We had it on a white away shirt in 94, 95.
Yeah, we had it on
Oh
one of
yeah,
the
we did. Yeah, we did. Yeah, you're right.
we had
Yeah,
it in one of the old 80s kits as well because I had it.
yeah. Not too often though, but I prefer like with our ones. I think I prefer them over on the breast rather than in the middle
You want it on your titty?
on the titty. But yeah, I always prefer it when we've had Adidas. So as a
I love the job surf shirts, horses for courses, bring back fever. I fucking hated them shirts, man. Them Reebok shirts were fucking awful. I remember I bought one, and it was like it looked like Wimbledon shirt, like a navy one. And I remember Scott having one because I stopped buying them in the end. It was one. I think it was just before we came back to the Premier League, or it might have been just after. I can't remember what one it was, but it was like it was blue and white, and it had like abs in the designs. It looked like some like space suit.
Yeah, was that the away one that we stayed up in Old Trafford? The navy one.
I don't. It might have been that one. Why? It might have been. It might
because
have
that had a sort of pattern on it. But the best Reebok kit we had was the FA Cup final shirt. I think that was beautiful, that shirt. And I didn't mind the Macron kit that we won. We come up in the playoffs. I think that was a nice design. A bit of yellow on it, or gold, whatever you want to say. But
do you remember the 94 own one, the pony one, with a tick?
I got that upstairs. The sleeves are massive.
Yeah,
yeah, fucking massive. Yeah.
But they were massive.
I even like the cream kit that we had. I actually didn't mind that cream shirt. The cream away.
About 3 times.
Whatever they call it. But yeah, I actually didn't mind that kit.
This is a good question from Matt Powell. Do you think Jake Daniels coming out will get more players come out? I was going to say Ryan's getting the Jack Daniels out on the train on the way to Brighton, I think. But no, but Jake Daniels coming out in all seriousness, very brave of him. He's only a young boy. I'll be honest with you. I know a lot of players don't like to come out and all that sort of thing. That's down to them. I hope it does encourage more players, but I don't think it's as much as an issue as it was back in the 80s and the 90s.
No, it should. The thing is, though, Nick, it shouldn't be. But you know what football fans can be like. There'll be,
yeah, but
there'll be some arseholes that will.
Fair play to him. He's brave to do it. I can't see players coming out, especially in the Premier League. I just can't see it.
So, what do you think about the Czechs' stance on it? Because apparently it was.
Yeah, I mean, look, we've seen Kyoto's reaction to one of his teammates refusing to wear the rainbow lacy shirt. Look, if that's their beliefs, that's their beliefs. I don't think it's right, but that's their beliefs. It's there might be things that we don't believe in that we wouldn't want to do, so it's a difficult one. It's always one that's going to be a sore subject, isn't it? You're not always going to please everyone. I mean, I think it's great what he's done. I mean, he's only 17 as well, so for him to come out, he's brave. I mean, the last person to do it was Justin Fashanu back in the 90s, and unfortunately,
in the 80s. That was in the 80s.
Yeah,
Justin Fashanu,
and unfortunately ended up taking his own life. But there has been players that have come out after. Obviously, Hitzelsberger, when he played for us, he come out. There have been other players. There's one in America as well. I can't think of his name.
To be fair, like the click stories here says Thomas Hitzelsberger. This is media nowadays pushing homosexuality. This Jake story is a non-starter. It's been done before. Hitzelsberger didn't come out till after he finished playing, and this is something that that needs to be encouraged more.
I think Hitzelsberger was more embarrassed to admit he played for West Ham under Avram Grant. But no, look, it's a massive step forward. There's been a lot of changes in football. I mean, when you look at, there's going to be women referees in the World Cup in Qatar. That's a massive step forward as well. So it's a touchy subject, but fair play to him. And if it does encourage more players to come out, then that's right. I mean, going back, Patrice Evra come out the other week and turned around and said that he experienced homophobia in the West Ham changing room, and there was players there that said they wouldn't allow gay players to. I don't believe in all that. I think Patrice Evra is one of these players. He's very. I don't know what's wrong with him. He's very bitter. It's like he can't take retirement, and he's just now coming out with all these stories. The geezer licked a fucking uncooked chicken, so I'm not going to listen to him and what he says about West Ham. So he ain't right in the end anyway.
Collectorius, why does it need to be encouraged? I don't think it does need to be encouraged. It's down to the to the people, like, if they want to share their private lives. But I just don't think anyone should be scared to, and that's what a lot of players say, that they're afraid to come out because it's such a obviously a male-dominated industry that have a lot of unsavoury characters following it. But I honestly don't think. I think the world's changed. I don't think it needs to be encouraged and all that sort of thing. Billy Heritage says, "What do you guys think on not wearing rainbow shirt?"
Yeah, that's what we was just talking about. And listen, as I said, if because there's a lot of religions around the world that don't believe in like being gay and things like that. So, but then again, he doesn't believe in drinking and gambling, but he wears shirts with betting sponsors on it and things like that. So it's one of them. I mean, it's down to your choice. I don't agree with it, but it's the world we live in now.
Yeah, I don't necessarily subscribe to the idea that because he doesn't, he refuses to wear it or anything like that. Like, at the end of the day, although I think it's wrong, and I think to myself, come on, man, like, get out of the fucking 1800s. It's his choice. It doesn't automatically make him an absolute fucking, like, a wrong un because he chooses not to. If he don't want to, he don't want to. Like, I don't think you should encourage people to try and support something if they don't, if they don't support it, whether it's right or wrong. If they don't support it, I don't want their fucking support. What's the point in forcing someone to do something that they don't want to do? There's no point. Their heart's not in it. It's not being done for the right reason. Would I wear a rainbow shirt? Absolutely. My brother's gay.
I suppose it comes down to like the taking of the knee as well. There's players that refuse to do that, and most of them players that refuse to do it were black. So it's one of them, innit? It's such a it's
I think that the world these days is they're taking choice away. We live in a free world, and it's a free world because you're free to do what you want. If you want to support something, you support it. All of a sudden, if people don't support it, then all of a sudden they should be fucking dismissed and all this sort of thing. But would I wear a rainbow shirt? Absolutely. As I said, my brother's gay. I'm very proud of my brother.
The thing is,
take the knee, of course I would, because I support it. But if you don't want to, that's your
sexuality in this day and age. Sexuality shouldn't be an issue, should it?
Nor should race, but it is.
No, but it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. Not in this day and age.
It is. That's the world we live in. But it is what it is. Look, let's not get too fucking deep, Grass. It's Friday night. We're having a drink. Come on.
No, but I'm just saying, it shouldn't. It shouldn't matter.
Hey, Nicky, can I ask you something? Is there any way not next week, but the week after, would you be able to upload a podcast on the Wednesday afternoon so I can download it and listen on my holiday? Oh, well, I'll try. It all depends. Normally they are done on the Wednesday, but if I'm caught doing something, there's nothing I can do. But normally they are. They take a little bit a while to sort of render and stuff like that. But I'll try. Wednesday's normally the day. This week it was a little bit late. It was Thursday morning, but I'll try, mate, so you can get on your holiday and download it and all of that sort of thing. Lucky you.
And the last thing I'll be listening to if I was on holiday would be our podcast.
Shut up, right? That's the first thing I'd be listening to.
Fuck that. I'll be out enjoying myself. You think I'm going to be skipping around New York in next week, fucking listening to fucking what we discussed?
I might get Graham in for it next week when you're away.
Yeah,
I'm in next week. I'm in next week. It's the week after.
Yeah, the week after.
Bring Graham in. Let him do something for a change. Instead of watching Scott's pants.
Yeah, stop watching Scott's pants.
The pans are very clean. The kitchen's very clean.
Graham, have you put Scott's pants on and walked around the house pretending to be him?
Nah, because that'd be weird.
Nick, I've been waiting all season to know if you have a large Ogfather jumper. What? A large Ogfather? Wait a minute, actually.
Oh, hold up. What's going on here?
In one, be the envy of your friends with this Ogbonna jumper. In two, you can also look flashing like Graham with these Alan Carr specs.
Alan Carr. I don't start with that again. We give Nicky the ump.
Where's he gone to make a jumper?
Wait 1 second, just talk between yourselves.
Talk amongst yourselves, everyone.
Graham, do a Scott impression.
I don't know, what does Scott? What does he normally do?
Oh, just sit on the fence. That's the best impression.
What's his catchphrase?
Here's one for you.
Yeah.
Mr. Driscoll.
I got stung by a load of bees today.
£25 for a jar of honey.
Matt Powell, yes, I am still in Scott's house. I'm still looking after the dog till the weekend.
Walnuts. I hope that's his real name. That's a brilliant name, isn't it? Parley Walnuts.
That's a great name.
That's like out of Sopranos, didn't it? Hey, don't fuck with Parley Walnuts. Someone's taking these Jaffa cakes. Are they a cake or a biscuit, right?
It's a cake. Cake. Biscuits are crunchy. A Jaffa cake's not unless it's stout.
The name's in the title.
Yeah.
I'm sure I have got one, right? But I have got a load of stuff in my cupboard.
Chris wants to know, what are your plans outside the football season? Do you follow another summer sport or just catch up with the shit you haven't done in the house? Yeah, it's going to be a nice summer this year because there's no distractions. Like I say distractions, there's no European competition. Like Euros or World Cup. The World Cup's in the winter this year. So I'm just looking forward to spending a bit of family time. And I've got a couple of trips planned to go away. I'm going to Wales in July for a week, which I'm looking forward to. Obviously going away to New York next Sunday for a week. And I'm starting a new job as well. So that's going to be getting used to that. So, yeah, it's going to be a busy summer. And I'll spend some time with my daughter as well. And, yeah, just a bit of family time before the season starts again and takes over my life for 9 months.
I might go and watch a bit of cricket over the summer.
I found some stuff in my cupboard, right? I got a few of these Messiah t-shirts. I've got a shit. I know I've got an Ogbonna jumper in there somewhere. I don't know whether it's a large though. And I've got a shitload of these Declan Rice Christmas jumpers, which at the minute they're obviously no good. But maybe if you come and see us, we'll give some of them away. I'll take them to a game with me next season.
Andy's saying, Ryan, what shot we doing first on Sunday? Whatever's served up, mate. Whatever is served up. Whatever is served up. I'm sure it'll be something probably like a Jaeger or something, which I hate. But if it's put in front of me, I'll be all over it.
Nino 1983 will Friday Night Pint still be on when the season ends. It will. We might have a couple of weeks break. We have got to see our wives and our girlfriends and our fucking sons and daughters and all of that sort of thing, because we never get to see them on a Friday. But it will be on over the summer. But there's loads of content coming over the summer. The podcast is going to continue and all that sort of thing for the patrons. But there will be loads of content over the summer. We're going to do a post-season pint, and yeah, like it will be on, but it's not going to be. We'll have a week or two break, I think.
Graham, Cameron wants to know, is it true you dye your eyebrows?
No, basically it's the only bit I've got that ain't gone grey. I think.
Would you let us trim them up grey? Would you let us like little thinning, like thin them out a bit?
They could do with it, but then it'd look really obvious, wouldn't it?
Nah, people get used to it.
I'd probably look like David Guest or something. Because he had like his eyebrows were like that, weren't they?
Gavin saying, "Can you lads say hi to my girlfriend Grace?" Hello, Grace.
Hi, Grace.
Nick, say hello to Grace.
Hello,
Don't be
Grace.
miserable.
I am. I'm trying. Sorry, I'm just reading. Hello, Grace.
Matt Sam Ryan, is your new job working for EastEnders as Danny Dyer's brother? No, mate. The EastEnders dream is still going on one day, but by the time I get there, Danny Dyer won't be in it. So
somebody must know someone that can get Ryan.
I was saying that. I was talking to I see Thomas Coombs after the game
Right,
who obviously has been in it recently, playing a lovely character, a racist Nazi, homophobic, but no, he's a great bloke. I've been speaking to him for a little while now, and it was nice to finally meet up with him. We did want to get a beer, but he had to obviously rush off because he lives in Bermondsey, so being a West Ham fan, living around that area, he says that he can't wear colours. So no, he was a lovely bloke, and I'm sure I'll be meeting up with him again next season.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Nicky, who would you rather be stuck in the lift with, Richard Keys or Jim Smith White? Jim White, to be honest. We've met Jim White on the way back. He was all right. Jim White, he's not bad. He's just a fucking wind-up merchant. Richard Keys, I really just don't like him. Never liked him. I think the geezer's a fucking prick, to be honest with you. Absolute prick. Yeah. So Jim White, I think.
Oh yeah, Matt saying, Nicky, they're saying you forgot about Mark Noble having the pitch named after him. I think that was a brilliant tribute by the club. And it gives all these youngsters that sign for the club at the age of 6 or 7, the dream to go on and achieve what Mark Noble done for West Ham. It would for them to do it would be massive. But the Mark Noble Arena, I think, he'll forever be obviously associated with the club. He always was going to be anyway. But I think that's brilliant and a great tribute to someone that's gone through all the ranks at West Ham.
Yeah, but it's fantastic. Look, there's been a lot of Mark Noble chat this week. Obviously, yeah, it's going to be sad to lose it, but yeah, that is a good touch by the club. Tony Hammer, Ryan, right, we might be on to something here, mate. I've got a mate who is an extra on EastEnders. I could have a word.
Yeah, man, get me on. Let me know.
I want to see him in the Queen Vic, please. If we can make someone must be out there. I know. I think Evan. You know Evan. He works in television. He knows people in television. I want to try and make this happen. They must know someone.
The only thing I'm worried about is that I'll go on there. I'll be so fucking good that they won't let me go home, and I'll just end up running the fucking show.
You'll end up owning the bit.
First thing I'm going to do is go in there and fucking Chinny and Bill when he comes back. No, only joking. No, I love it. Yeah, I'd love it. I'd love the experience. Be a good experience just to get on the set of EastEnders and be a little extra. I want to be on the fruit machine, like when it all goes off, I'll just have a little.
No, do you know what would be really good? And I think we might be pushing our luck.
Or even just having a nice little bit of like a fry up in the cafe while it's all going off, and I'm just sitting there carrying on eating my dinner.
You know what would be really nice bit of shit. What would be really good, and I'm definitely pushing my luck here, right? As a little Easter egg for West Ham fans, seeing this is into London and all that. If you had us round the table in the pub, all 4 of us, that'd be really good, wouldn't it?
Filming Friday Night Pint live.
Not filming it. Just having a fun. You know what I mean? Listen.
Yeah.
That would be good.
Yeah, that'd be good. But yeah, just let me have my moment, yeah? I'll get you in after.
It's all about me.
Let me go in and call the scene.
All right. Any more?
No, I don't think there's many questions coming in now, but just going on to the weekend, obviously big game against Brighton. We'll be down there early in the basking in the sunshine of Brighton down by the seaside. Yeah, looking forward to it. Looking forward to having a few drinks. Love the end of the season. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people in good spirits there. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of spirits drunk. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to it.
Yeah. it's a tough game, man. Brighton are not excuse me. Brighton are a team that we haven't beat in the Premier League. We've played them about 9 times, I believe.
9 times, I think it is. 6
6
draws, I believe.
We've drawn our last 6 against them.
Yeah, we have. So I think surely the odds say, but they are. Listen, they are a good team. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
I mean, when I watched them the other week against Man U, they were.
Yeah, they've impressed me, and I said it the other day. I'm surprised that Graham Potter hasn't been mentioned in Manager of the Season, because I think if they win, they'll finish their highest ever Premier League position. So, yeah, no, they're a decent team. They've got some good players. You know, they've even turned Danny Welbeck into the old Danny Welbeck. He's been playing really well for them lately. So it'll be a tough game. But as I said on the podcast, I can see us winning, getting our first win over them.
Got to beat them sometime.
Yeah, so, and let's hopefully that when we listen to the scores coming in, that we hear Crystal Palace are beating United, and then we can all celebrate and enjoy our beers a little with a.
I think if we turn up and play how we did against City last week, then I think we'll do it, because we were brilliant last week.
Fucking the cat's attacking me, man. Piss off. Right, that's it then. I think. Happy with that?
Yeah. I'm going 3-1.
I'm going to go 2-1 to us.
I reckon a very nervy 1-0, but Man United draw. So we're going to Europa. Absolutely.
Yeah, that'll be the dream, and it'll be nice to, and hopefully the away fans that are there. I know we've all got to get trains home and that, but it'd be nice to stay, give the players a round of applause. I'm sure Noble will hopefully come on at some point to make his 550th appearance for the club, and his last appearance. I know we're taking a Mark Noble cutout with us. I know Andy's getting that all sorted, so Mark Noble will be in the crowd with us. So yeah, it'd be good. It'll be a laugh. I'm looking forward to it. And that's it. The season's over. It's gone so quick.
Yeah. Absolutely. Thank you very much for joining us on this edition of West Ham Fan TV's Friday Night Pint. Thank you so much for getting involved tonight. The Patreon is still going. The podcast is going up on the Thursday. So please, if you're new around here, consider checking that out. Subscribe around here if you're new. We'll be back again next Friday, I guess. Hopefully with some good news with the Europa League. But
next week will be a bit of a special Friday Night Pint when we'll all be together. Hopefully.
Yes. Yeah.
So yeah.
Great. Thank you very much. One thing left to say.
Come on, you Irons.
Come on, you Irons.